right. Good morning, people.
Right.
Watch what she's doing here.
I'm working. Okay. I usually wear lots of colorful stuff, right, Dad?
Yes, ma'am.
And then today, I bought plain old linen with nothing in it because I wanted. I realized yesterday. This is not what the video is about. Just indulge me
She's
for.
Just bragging. Let her brag.
Indulge me for a minute.
You know, bragging's a sin.
I was watching this young girl, and she's talking about making her own clothes and stuff, and expressing her artistic, making her clothes as an artistic expression. And it dawned on me that's what I've been doing the last.
Right.
All women, unless they're a little bit broken, have some sort of artistic expression that they have. And if you as a husband haven't realized that, you need to pay more attention and encourage her. It'll make a happy wife, happy life. Anyway,
yeah.
I was just
look at that. She did that stuff by hand.
So I'm trying to. What? I'm no expert. This is my beginning effort.
I'm so proud.
Yeah, and it's gonna have a neckline.
Think you look good on me? I can see it at the range.
No. But women are by nature creative.
Yes.
Creative?
Some, yeah.
Some nature.
Let's go with some.
Creatures. Some women. My mom is. I'm sorry. And so is our daughter.
Right.
The boys not so much.
Anyhow, what we got here is a video, okay? And this is going to take. Look, everybody's out there with this election. They're going crazy on one side, crazy on the other side. For me as a man, I am extremely tired of woke liberal women. All right.
Yes,
I just have no patience, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, this goes all the way back to Kavanaugh. All right, it seems like the woke liberal woman is the only person in Washington D.C. or anywhere else pressing charges against politicians for rape.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, why is it always them? Okay, there's absolutely never, ever any evidence.
Yeah.
And now they have figured out that you try a man in New York City, and the jury found him innocent of rape, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they said that he hurt this woman by saying she wasn't his type and he didn't rape her. Okay, now that's what he said. You can go back and you can watch the interviews and the whole 9 yards. Then the media blows it out of proportion, and he has to pay, I think it's like $10 million or whatever. It doesn't really matter, okay? But he has to pay all that money to a woman that he didn't rape for strictly saying he didn't rape her. Now, no charges get pressed against her for a false accusation of rape. Now, for me, that makes no sense. And now they're putting online, they're making up all these AI photos that are supposed to be Donald Trump with other women and all of this. But then if you get online, especially like on X, which is not a free speech platform, by the way.
Don't kid yourself.
Don't kid yourself. It's not. But if you get on there and talk about Kamala Harris sleeping around, you're a bad person and you're slut shaming. I just, as a man, I don't understand that. My wife vehemently, she's on the other side of this, and that's okay. But I just don't understand it.
I'm not saying the argument is not so much that she's not, she is or she isn't, okay? But what my argument is always that it's not constructive.
Don't know, some sort of hair. I had a hair in my coffee. Oh, you can see it. Wait, put it over here on the shirt. Look.
Ew.
Ew.
It's probably just fuzz from your shirt.
Could be. Not going to stop me. It's coffee.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's not productive. And because, okay, we, on this side of the conservative aisle, we can see how terrible their behavior is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, it's just,
we understand everything from the evil of abortion to how terrible it is for a woman to sleep her way to the top. Okay, we know that that's a sin and all that. They don't operate under the same principles that we do. So when you say Kamala Harris slept her way to the top, all they hear is slut shaming. I'm not saying that she's not a bad.
Truth is the truth.
That she's not whatever. That
Right.
she's not none of that. But what women hear, and even women here, is not that. What they hear is, you're slut shaming her, and it's not what I say is, and not that. What was that guy, that judge that talked about her?
Judge Joe Brown.
Okay, he's preaching to the congregation.
He has firsthand knowledge of her for when she was a prosecutor in California. And you guys should look on YouTube and look up Judge Joe Brown on Kamala Harris and listen to the things that she did to get ahead in her career.
And we're not trying to win. And the point is that
we don't care.
We're not trying to win conservatives. We're already on the bandwagon, on the Trump wagon, so to speak. We're not trying to win that. So what I'm trying to say is, things like that Judge Brown calling her out and saying all these things, is counterproductive to trying to earn the trust of the women that are on the Kamala wagon. Because all they hear, this is not going to play out the way we see it. Okay.
Yeah.
You're supposed to step out of yourself and look on the other end and see that those women don't hear, you can't trust her because she slept around. Correct. What they hear is, you're calling me a slut because I've slept around.
And that's not, well, if you didn't know.
I'm just telling you.
The shoe fits, I reckon.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, because we have lived in this era of sexual freedom where women can sleep around without consequences because of abortion and the pill and all these other things. What they hear when you say Kamala Harris slept her way to the top, they hear, and you calling her a slut because of that. You're hearing that women are hearing, I'm a slut. You're calling me a whore. I am not in your camp.
Why would you associate your personal life with a nasty politician, though? That's where I'm off.
Okay, and
that's where I'm out of the game. I can't make that
you can't
jump.
make that leap.
Yeah.
I know, because you're not a woman.
I guess, yeah.
And here's the other thing. The reason that happens also is because they are going to manipulate this, whatever you say, whatever, like that guy, Judge Brown, right?
Yeah.
Whatever he said is not going to be portrayed in the liberal media as a balance. We're warning you, this woman is dangerous. You can't vote for her. No, it's going to be portrayed as another man. Wait, I can't say bad words. Pooping all over a woman and
shit what you were going
for.
Okay.
And pooping all over a woman, calling her a slut, and
she is.
Wait, calling her a slut, and again, listen, listen.
Yeah, I know.
Again, they hear the patriarchy is again trying to put the women down.
But
is this true? No, I'm just letting you have an insight of what these women think. What I hear is, she did whatever she did. That's her problem. She will have to face God at the end when it's her time for her judgment. And that's all there is. And if there's no true repentance in her heart, that's her problem. I don't want her as my president.
No. I would like to know, all right, let's address another myth. There's absolutely no such thing as a blue state. I've lived in blue states. I grew up in a blue state. It wasn't a blue state. It was Chicago.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't understand people that live in Chicago, and I'll say the word, it's a shit bucket. Or LA. I've been there. I lived in LA for, how long we live in LA, honey? 25 years. Yeah, anyway. It's a shit bucket. And you keep voting for the people that make it a shit bucket. I don't understand that mentality. You have to be smart enough to understand that, well, I guess they call themselves the legacy media. They are the propaganda wing of the Democratic Party. Now you look at the Democratic Party, this is the Nazi party, people.
Yeah.
These are Nazis. This is exactly what happened in Nazi Germany, all right? They took control of the press.
Yes.
All right? This is exactly what happened in Italy under Mussolini. This is exactly what happened in Poland. This is exactly what happened in China. This is oh my God. People say that can't happen here in America. Why not? We had a coup d'etat and no one cares. Who's running the country? No one.
We don't know.
Whoever is running this country is a traitor and needs to be tried.
Yes.
I mean, you saw what happened, people. Open your eyes. It's real easy.
Yeah.
It was a coup d'etat.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You know, just because you keep saying it can't happen in this country.
Right. It is absolutely crazy. And for all you little old ladies out there and all you younger women out there that believe abortion and it's a woman's right, no, it's not a woman's right, but that's beside the point. It is beside the point. You people run away from Christianity because we tell you that abortion is wrong. And I know that my wife kind of disagrees with me on this, but you have two choices. You are running away from Christianity. You are running to Islam. And Islam's going to put your butt in a burqa and you're going to become a piece of property. And if you don't believe me, look at any country in the Middle East. To some degree or another, the women are suppressed. So when you run away from Christianity, you're running towards Islam. Who do you think is invading the country in the South? You got young college girls on college campus, right?
Yeah. They
holy cow, there are protesting to put a burqa on.
Really, when you protest Free Palestine, what do you really think this country can do? They don't, we've been protesting against abortion. We've been protesting against X, Y, and Z, and nothing ever happens. So, it's just an excuse not to go to school is what I think it's an excuse as a student to not put in forth everything you need to do. You know who's not out there protesting? The kids that have their noses on their books and they're really, truly trying to have an education.
Oh, speaking of that, my son just started going back to college this morning.
Did.
Full time.
Yeah. Here I'll tell you what, though. Really.
Here's the thing.
It would be an interesting survey when you have all those kids, all those students protesting in the colleges against the people that go talk about the abortion or the people that talk about Palestine and all that. It would be an interesting survey to find out what their degrees they're there for. And I'll bet you some money that these people are there for liberal arts. Underwater basket.
Oh, yeah. And look, if you're one of those women, I lost something, they're taking my... No, you're not. Why? Because you live in one of these libtard cities. And I'm telling you, people are crazy, right? You didn't lose any rights. Your city still lets you kill babies, all right? But just take Texas, for instance, okay? There was no mass protesting over the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Now, look, as a Christian, I truly believe with all my heart it's murder, and it is. And we know this because of in vitro fertilization, 50 years of medical. You're killing something that is going to develop into a human being. But that beside the point. My problem with the abortion is it's not mentioned in the Constitution. All right? So therefore, the federal government had no authority to say that abortion is legal. All right? Yeah. You cannot look for a federal government to make something immoral legal. No, it goes to the states. And if you're out there, look, move to a state that allows you to murder babies if that's your plan. But stay away from, God-fearing states.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, you got like 15 to 20, back on track because we got sidetracked. Oops. You got 15 to 20 liberal cities with people who I truly believe have a mental deficiency. Because I've lived in them cities, they suck. You keep voting for it. Why? Because the media tells you so. Look no farther than what was he called? DACA? Yeah, look at them. You did nothing for them kids. But anyway, that's beside my point, right? Most people in this nation are conservative. And what will cause all the problems is you have more people in the cities, and I get that, but you live in a cesspool, all right? And you are trying to control vast amounts of territory that don't agree with you, all right? Therein lies the problem, okay? But I mean, it's like, look, all we want to do is be left alone, but you guys just keep shoving stuff down our throat.
And I mean, I think
And the schools, I mean, you took the schools over a long time ago and you teach things that are not true. And when you're a failing teacher, okay, this is the beauty of it, okay? You're a horrible teacher. You never should have been hired. All the kids in your class are failing because they have a standardized test score. So, what do you do to keep your job? You say we shouldn't test children because that's racist. You're still a horrible teacher.
yeah, it doesn't change anything. And I mean,
I mean,
let me tell you, homeschooling is probably your best bet.
Oh, yeah.
All in all, because what they, oh, okay, what they do in the schools is along with a little dose of math and a little dose of language arts and things like that. They also are giving your kids a huge dose of indoctrination. Okay, the thing they don't tell them, here's the history, this is what happened. No, here's history, this is the side you're supposed to be on.
Right.
Here's
Oh yeah, they have that catchphrase too. You got to beware of these catchphrases. You're on the wrong side of history. Oh, that means you're going to cheat. That's what you're telling me. You're going to cheat. Why do you think Kamala Harris hasn't given any press conferences? Because she's got the IQ of a potato. And look, I just got to ask a question. If DEI hiring is good, why is it a bad thing for her to claim she's not a DEI hire? Even when Joe Biden said he was going to pick a woman of color for vice president. So that just like narrowed the pool down.
Yeah. And I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is, the big argument. You got to make sure that you cater the message to the people that you're. It's rule number one of marketing, guys.
Yeah.
Rule number one: know your audience. Okay. Know your audience, and I will tell you, and we'll. It's not shaming Kamala Harris. It is not the way to get the women's vote from the liberal side.
I don't think you can ever get the women's vote back. And I'll tell you why. Because, and it's my opinion, if I hurt your feelings, women vote with their emotions, all right? The vast, and I'm like, look, there's girly men out there, especially in these big cities, right? Oh, yeah, they go out and they'll fight, they'll drink, they do whatever. But they think with their emotions. Mm-hmm. They've been to college and they were indoctrinated into the woman's way of thinking. Most men will absolutely, the first thing I do when someone runs for president is I go to their website and I look at what they stand for. What are they proposing to do? Now, the funny thing is you can go to the DNC or the RNC. You can go to Trump's webpage, and he'll tell you exactly what he did and what he's going to do. Now, he has a proven record of a good economy and peace. Okay, you go to Kamala Harris's website, you got crickets. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's an empty page.
What has happened is we have. It all goes back to education. We have made our kids, or the college system is making our kids into drones.
I feel therefore it is.
Yes,
yeah.
And that's a bad thing.
Crazy.
So can it? Yeah, they need to be confronted with the truth that she's not the savior that they think she is. I mean,
it's just like,
you need to be careful.
Name one good thing she's done. Just one. I'll wait.
Yeah, and you can't. All I can tell I don't know what the right answer is.
I don't,
obviously, but I can tell you the wrong way to go about it. And that's attacking a woman, because what they see is the patriarchy is attacking a woman because they're afraid of the woman. And so that blinds them because they are not, that side, okay, the liberal side of the women is not known for being able to reason through things.
Right.
Okay.
To where a
That's
man
the
looks at
problem.
this and he looks at her history and
and not just men. I mean, the liberal
Well, yeah.
side of things. I can look at it and go like, oh yeah. I mean, I am not a fan. I am not a fan of Kamala Harris.
Oh, at all.
I dislike her, and I try not to hate her because we're not allowed to do that.
It's
Being
hard
Christians
at
and
times.
everything.
I do pray for her.
Yeah, but
I really do. I pray for Joe Biden too.
Yeah, but that what I'm trying to tell you is the liberal side of the world does not reason things through the way we do. Okay, they don't have the mental maturity to say, look at the facts and make a decision based on that. They make decisions based on their feelings, and if you attack, that's it.
I have heard liberals. Well, I don't agree with that fact. I'm like, what the heck do you mean? It's a fact. This is a truth. But it's like, no, if they don't agree with the truth, then therefore it's not. I mean, look on abortion, okay? You got 50 years since Roe versus Wade, and the medical industry has really came a long way. You have a thing called in vitro fertilization. Now, you have all these wealthy lesbian women who want to have a child but don't want to do the down and dirty with a man. They are not going to pay for a dead baby. So therefore, they look at this under a huge microscope. They insert the egg, or they insert the sperm into the egg, and they can watch it come alive. That's conception. All right. Now, once they monitor it and make sure that egg is alive, then they put it back in the woman. Okay. So you know that this is a life form. It's a human life form. It has its own separate DNA. From the moment of conception, it's a life form. So, I mean, for me, once a woman makes that decision that, abortion is okay, the rest of her decision making is questionable to me. Because you can't say that it's okay to murder a baby and then say I can't kick a dog. That makes no sense. All right? You can't say it's okay to murder a baby, but I should feed the poor. That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm just saying,
I understand.
I'm a simple man, right?
I mean, like I said, women just tend to personalize things like that, and it takes some real thinking to make sure that you're not, that you're not letting your feelings run your.
And look, you got
your feelings run your.
I don't hate you. I don't hate you at all. I love you. I love all human beings. I do. I'm commanded to, and I do. And I understand it's not your fault. You have been misled.
Yeah.
All right? But look, I mean, don't say it can't happen in America, because it is right in front of your eyes, and you're turning a blind eye because the propaganda wing of a political party tells you everything is fine. Mm-hmm. It's the other guy you should be worrying about.
Yeah. And they lie. If they lie, that's the thing.
Oh my God.
That is the most awakening moment in my life, is the idea that these people just bold-faced lie, even though they know.
Yep.
They know they will get fact-checked and they will get caught in the lie. They don't care.
They don't care.
Lying left and right. It's just what they do. But
it's gotten to the point anymore where it's like, if you're on the blue team, it upsets you to hear the truth. It upsets you to have a discussion, because you're not capable of having a discussion. All you can do is repeat the catchphrases that you were told. And I don't care if anyone disagrees with me or not, but what I'm looking for is someone that can disagree with me and tell me why they feel like that. But every time I've had this discussion, it's always the same thing. They just keep repeating the catchphrases. And I will tell them the same thing. That catchphrase worked both ways.
The thing is, we have some very controversial believes when it comes to the Bible and the second coming of Jesus and
Yeah.
all this other stuff.
It's our opinion.
It's our opinion, and
Yeah.
we've been called heretics.
And we could be wrong.
And
but no one can tell us why we're wrong.
I'm willing to listen to somebody tell me they're wrong. I'm wrong.
You can ask my wife. I'm wrong a lot.
But what happens is, I get this week when we have an argument, and this applies to all things of life. When you get into an argument, you get recycled opinions from other people. You never get the opinion of someone that sat down and thought the whole thing through all the way.
That's why you discuss it with people you don't agree with, so you can think it all the way through.
Yeah. So you can have this one thing. I mean, like,
it's called being mature and learning.
And then, here's the thing
that was cool.
Here's the one thing that people don't do, that my husband and I do all the time. We disagree in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because
not in big things, but in little things like this means nothing.
But it goes to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Him and I disagree in a lot of basic argument things like this kind of thing.
Right.
The beauty of,
she sees it as a woman, I see it as a man. It's totally different.
But we're grown-ups. Okay, and so at the end of the argument, we can agree to disagree and go like, okay, well, I see it, I just don't believe that way, and that's it.
I shall explain it. I read this once; it was great. There's this feller named Hawkeye. Okay, now Hawkeye, he was talking to this woman. She did something. Can't remember what it was. It's a long time ago. But anyway, he says, my father, Chingachgook, I believe was his name. He says, he told me, do not try to understand a woman, for they're a breed apart and make no sense. You cannot make them understand you, and you cannot understand them. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. It explained a lot of things to me.
Women are simple creatures. You stay away.
They're very emotional.
Yeah, really. Yeah, they just need support.
But it's like, we have reached a point in this nation, and look, if you guys think this election means anything, you're simple-minded. This decision on who is going to be president, it was made 6 months ago. They know who's going to be president, okay? You're buying into all this hype to keep you upset and frustrated and confused, because this is what the powers that be want. And no, the powers that be are not in Washington. They're in BlackRock, and they're in Post, and they're in the food industry. I mean, good Lord, the food that they serve anymore is poison, and you keep buying it.
Yeah. It's poison.
All right? And, you look at, like, Elon Musk, right? Why do they keep calling that an interview? Because that's the only way they can comprehend it. I listened to part of it. It was just a discussion, like people are supposed to do. But when they say an interview, they put control over it, right?
Yeah, and I mean...
That's crazy. Yeah.
You're running out of time, Douglas.
Yeah, we're running out of time. Anyway, those were just morning thoughts with the two of us and my hairy coffee.
If your wife was a good housekeeper, your house would be on that side.
Let's not be talking about my wife. She might watch this video. We'd both be in trouble. Ooh.
I ain't scared of her. Bring it on, sister.
She's sexy sometimes,
yeah,
though. Anywho's.
She's a snappy dresser, too.
Oh, she's a snappy dresser. You should see some of the outfits she wears to church. They're so freaking cute.
Yes, they are.
Anywho's. God bless everybody. And look, come on. How about we all wake up, all right? Just saying.
Yeah, wake up.
Yep. God bless.
God bless. Bye.